Hi, this is Professor Lucien with your weekly review for Safety 380, Introduction to Occupational Safety and Health. So in the first week, we only had one lecture. We didn't have any quiz, but we're going to have weekly quizzes coming up. Basically, I wanted you to participate in the icebreaker, in the discussion, and that's actually worth points towards your grade. I wanted you to look at the syllabus, and I wanted you to kind of look at all the materials that were available in the course info, look at the announcement. The first, I've got everything up here. You probably already read it. But really, all you had to do was participate, look at everything, watch everything, participate in the icebreaker, and complete the week one reflection. Here's the scoring. First of all, every Monday morning or Sunday night, I pull the statistics from the Canvas website and found that we had about 60, everybody had an average of about 67 touches, and that ranged from 0 up to 100 something. The average time was about 1.5 hours. The median was 1.4. Again, that ranged as well. So if you only spent 20 minutes, 30, 40 minutes on, you're not spending enough time on the website. The icebreaker discussion yielded some interesting statistics, and you can see them here on the screen that we have a majority of non-safety majors. That it's interesting that I believe it's just over half are seniors, and they're going to be graduating soon, and that approximately 2/3 are from Wisconsin. So that was kind of cool. There's no quiz this week to talk about, and the score for the weekly reflection assignment was 9.5, so well done. The median score was 10, which means the 50th percentile was 10, but we had 5 people who didn't submit them. Hopefully they do, for at least some points. Here were the scores from last year. I ran extra statistics last year, and I found that I didn't need them. But also I had a trend. I had a much smaller class, for one, but I also had a trend where I had some non-traditional or some people who were working full-time while taking the class, and they were doing substantially better than the others. And so I was comparing them to the rest of the students as sort of a motivating factor. And their reflection was also very good. So some observations from the first week. That first week is more of a let's get comfortable with the class, watch the videos. I was actually very impressed with what people were submitting for the reflection. But if you didn't achieve a 10, my advice is to refer more to lecture content, because then I know that you've accessed it. I also want you to write more. If you only provided a sentence answer, you probably got points deducted. Some of you submitted assignments that were 2 pages long, and I really like that, and that was impressive. And I'll always try to provide you feedback so that you can improve the next time you do it. So as we go into the next week, we have 2 lectures now, and that's the kind of the way it's going to go through the semester, though I think we have like maybe 1 or 2 weeks in which there's only 1 lecture assigned. So lecture 2 is Industrial Revolution and Frederick Winslow Taylor, I think that's what it is. So there's a lecture video and a couple other very short videos to kind of get you familiar with his work. And I want you to read chapter 1 from the Accident Prevention Manual. And also there's a Taylor article. Just peruse it. I want you to kind of notice who he was and what he did for the field. Lecture 3 has H.W. Heinrich. And his work, it came out of his book, The Industrial Accident Prevention, used to be the name for this course. I have parts, I think I have 2 papers, but they're just like 1 chapter from Heinrich, and I want you to kind of peruse that to see what he did. It'll match up to what I say in the lecture video. And then the manual paper in which he criticized Heinrich's work, I think unfairly. I also want you to watch the McWane video. It's called The Dangerous Business Revisited. It's just under an hour, but I think it's going to be very impactful. It's just like the videos I had you watch last week. This week you will have to take a quiz by Sunday night. It'll be 10 multiple choice questions taken from a data bank. So not everybody's going to be taking the same quiz, and you'll have 30 minutes to complete it. And it's one of those things where when you start it, you got to complete it. So make sure you give yourself enough time. A key to doing well on the quiz, if you complete the study sheets, each lecture has a study sheet, and actually I actually have them partially completed at this point of the semester. If you have that ready and near you, the quiz should be a breeze. It should be a piece of cake, so you'll have the answers there, and that's fine. It's an open note quiz. But if you don't watch the videos, you don't do the readings, you don't fill out the study sheet, you'll be guessing on the quiz, and then I'll kind of know whether or not. And then we have a reflection assignment. I just told you what I wanted for that. Now, I'd just like to quickly go over 2 things. First is I want to make sure that you have accessed the syllabus. According to the Canvas statistics, only about 40 of you have, and so there's a group of you who haven't looked at this yet. So please get it, especially in the last page where I've got the schedule. I've got it all laid out for you. So please check that out. The last thing I wanted to take a look at is the Canvas page. So I'll be placing this video in the announcements, and I'll be doing that every week just to give you an update, give you some information to help you out. So course information, check it out. Here's the lecture 1 or the week 1, and then we have week 2. We got lectures 2 and 3. Everything I just talked about is right here, and of course I've got the due date set up to so you can kind of track your work. If you don't make it by the due date, please let me know. I can reopen something. I'll accept it for just very modest deduction. I want to make sure that you get all the points you deserve. So if you have any questions, please email me. I believe next week we're already going to be scheduling the meetings, which I'd like to talk to you guys. It's less than 5 minutes, but I just want to make sure that you're getting everything you want out of the course and that I'm providing you guidance, and so that you enjoy this and you're really getting the understanding of what I want you to learn from the occupational safety and health field. So please email me or stop by my office in Highland Hall.